Good morning, everybody, and welcome to And with that rocking tune, we go on to Option Pit. With that rocking tune, we start with the volatility report. It's Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com. Content is king, another cheap straddle. Google Net, you know what? Mark's point. I'm of the mind, well, at least for this cycle, if you want to sell all these earnings straddles, it is now just a downright dangerous thing. Again, one thing about when you understand kind of learning about volatility, but things can be expensive. But if the realized move's bigger, right, then implied vol is cheap. So just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's overpriced. So that is kind of the key takeaway from this. There's a couple things. Amazon, what's going on with it? I have no idea, because I thought all of this cloud growth was priced in, in the 450s or whatever, and it's in the 550s. So, who knows, right? We'll take a look at it in the chat, but for right now, I just think this name it's in no man's land. It's trading at 500 times earnings, and I have just no answer for it. It's just nuts. For a company with what's the market cap on this thing now? It's $224 billion. And, I'm still trying to find consistent revenue or consistent earnings. But hey, it can go this way a long way before it doesn't. But I would guess it's probably going to see 500 before 600 again. But again, that's just a guess. The market cap has doubled in the last 6 months. I know and I can see they've got all this gangbuster growth, but I feel like they've already priced that. But look at stuff like Apple, not much going on. Google, selling off from those crazy highs. I mean, if you want to take a page from some of these books, right? We're looking at Google, who really had great earnings. I mean, should the stock gone up $100? I don't know. It did. But since it's given it back, if you're going to take a page from anything, Netflix, right? Gangbuster earnings, giving it back, right? So if you want to take a page from something, Amazon, totally through the moon. Maybe we could look at some time spreads or something like that, because they're crushing the vol, but it's still nowhere near as low as it can get. So there is going to be a lot of movement in option prices to come here, right? But if you look at Google, right, you look at Netflix, some of the ones that really took off, none of them have been able to sustain those $100 rallies. So Amazon was trading quite up a bit this morning. And if history is showing us anything, we're probably not going to sustain. It won't sustain this rally. So we can look at time spreads, things like that. The market seems to be bouncing back a little bit. Now VIX spiked here this morning, and if they keep selling it off from the highs, we could easily go a little higher. Where is my charts? Pop in. There we go. Let's get my 5-day chart here. Hey, Joe, how are you? So this is well, that's good. Let me guess. You bought some Amazon calls. I know. At the end of the day, Mark asked me, like, I didn't do anything. But I'm just glad I didn't sell anything. $40 on the straddle did look. It's just, again, I'm glad in the chat we do not sell that stuff. It's just way too dangerous. So let's look at our daily chart here. Whoops, I want my tick chart. And again, we had a kind of a sharp rally this morning in vol. Market was not looking great, kind of held on, but vol is coming in pretty hard. And if we start seeing like a nice steady drop here in vol into the weekend, you know, maybe our rally will have a little legs, at least short term. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for there. If it continues at least in that direction. So I mean, we have like a little strategy that we have plenty of long positions where we're long deltas. So even if you have to make a slight adjustment for some of your short gamma, it looks like today's going to be okay. The only thing that doesn't look okay is gold. GLD, I think we're touching GDX. I mean, I think these are levels that are way above and beyond. You know, this is like I'm falling apart, Bill, here, right? The gold is down for sure, but I don't know when the last time these products were at these levels. This almost feels like some sort of forced selling. Again, you've got high realized vol, you've got high implied vol, you've got all the makings of just, it looks like just continued hard, steady selling. For what reason, we don't know. Hans is saying the 3 standard deviations away from the median. Yeah. So the miners are low when gold was $300. Just again, like all the commodities, the oils, the MLPs, gold, iron, it's just, it feels like there's a huge, somebody is just trying to get out of these positions, and they're getting out now, and they are selling stuff down at the bottom. This is a massive, massive move for a product of this size, right? From $24, $25, right? You know, and now we're here $17.95. Just huge, huge moves. And I don't know when the rubber band is going to snap back. But again, we have some stuff on in our strategy letter. We'll just continue to unwind the short deltas, and if we get a snapback, it'll end up being really nice. So as far as those positions go, that's what it looks like. So it's kind of a wait and watch and see. But again, you're seeing. We looked at a name yesterday like CHK. You're seeing a lot of selling, and for not a lot of reasons. I mean, you know, natural gas has been kind of at the same level for a while here, and you're seeing just this continued crushing of these names. So I feel like the rubber band will snap at some point. It's just setting up a position for it. So, and that's what you have it. Maybe 2 weeks from now, we can't believe all the stuff was so cheap. But as of right now, it's cheap and somebody's selling it. All right. So that's what we got for the last thing I would say. Volatility products for me, kind of in a no man's land. We'll look for maybe some ratio put spreads or something in VXX. We try to look for something every day. All been difficult to trade. They're kind of in, I would just sort of a non-trading area. There's not a lot of downside, and the upside, you know, I mean, realistically, there's just, we don't get a lot of sell-off here. So that's what we got. All right, everybody, have a good day. Mark will be back this afternoon with the trade of the week, I believe, at around 1:30. All right. October 09 gold was at this level. Wow. There you go. There's nothing stopping it from going back there, it looks like, Brad, huh? All right, everybody. Have a good day.